pretty butterfly knife. So you can come and claim it. Congratulations on that. But now we're going to get in the fracture. We're going to finally see Teo picked up. And now we're going to see Honshu and now Luniverse on it. And looking at the duelists here, we're going to see Dre still on smokes on the Astra, Lamicki on the Jet. That's going to be extremely important. Gooberism still on his signature breach. But now, look at that. Danny is on the Yoru once again.
Yeah, hopping off of smokes, which is what he played last map. Lamicki also has been an absolutely outstanding entry duelist for AAIV. He is playing above his rank for sure right now, and he is really coming through for this AAIV team, one of the main reasons they are in the finals. So just a quick shout out to him. Along pretty standard team compositions for both of these teams. I'm thinking obviously not what we're used to seeing in Ohio State, because we play a little bit interesting style. But we have the duelist, we have double initiator, which very, very common, and it looks like it's nearly a mirror matchup here. Some a lot of overlap between these two teams.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is going to be the difference with these duelists. Lamicki probably wanting to dash on to a site, while Danny is going to be playing this really, really terrifying lurking Yoru, especially on a map like Fracture, where you can be hit from both different sides of the map. So this is going to be really scary. And also the Vice to work with, really able to lock down a site, maybe hole yourself in there and stall enough for your team to come and help you out. So I'm really interested to see how this final map is going to go, as the tensions in both teams are very high.
Absolutely. I mean, it does not get better than this. Game 3 of a grand final. We've been waiting for 2 days for this matchup right here. Two teams that absolutely deserve to be here. They have fought to get here, and just so excited to see how this goes. And something that I want to point out, Fracture is not a map we get to see a lot in these competitive matches. It is one of the most banned maps in competitive play because of the unconventional style that it forces you into. And so when Fracture is played in high-stakes maps like this, we are in for some absolute cinema.
Yeah, and I feel like we're about to get some absolute cinema right here, as EASU is going for a hard push onto B. It looks like they're going to be coming from this opposite side. Because now, I don't know if Region's going to be able to spot this out. He's looking the wrong way, so they might be able to take tower here.
Yeah, going from the tower route, and the Brimstone Stimulant is going to go down. Danny's going to quick take that tower positioning, and the utility is already coming out. Stuff's coming out. Luniverse takes out Ryu with the Tay-hold utility. Right-click misses, and Dre takes out Ball Handler with the trade-out. Toki takes down Luniverse. It's going to be 3v3 now. Spike is going to go down for AAIV. Or no, sorry, for EASU. Danny lurking like he does so well on this Yoru, as Dre is going to entry. Dre just is able to walk onto the site and find the headshot against Honshu. Danny misses his shots, and Dre is going to keep his life after that pick. 2v3 here, all this favor, but there's Toki with a big headshot on Lamicki. 2 for Toki, 1 more for Toki. Low health, she doesn't get it. Gooberism is able to take out Toki and save the round for AAIV.
Yeah, that was absolutely scary at first, but again, Gooberism with a sliver of health. Where have we seen this before? Clutching out the round for his team, bringing them that pistol round win, giving them the momentum that they need to possibly get their bonus and hopefully run away with the map like they did last time and execute a little bit better. I was able to speak to the coach of AIV outside a little bit, and they admitted, we threw a little bit there. We talked about it. Bind just wasn't a good map for us. We didn't practice it a lot, so we didn't expect it. But, Lotus was our map. We also feel comfortable on Fracture, so I think if we just don't throw, we'll be able to close this out. And close this out is what they want to do here.
Well, and it's even more interesting because Lotus is the map that EASU played twice to get to the finals. That is the map that they got here on. So them losing that map was very interesting. It kind of sets this up to be an absolutely outstanding map. A big A hit incoming as the smokes go down. But Lamicki with the Outlaw gets the shot onto Danny. Gooberism looking for a flash here as the entire with the Vandal, and he gets
gonna get the flick. Toki That was absolutely ridiculous.
Toki, that's a big hit. The Vandal is now in Toki's hands as well. Huge gun advantage. House now swapped. EASU with the advantage. Spike's gonna go down. A pick from Toki. Almost a third, but gets gunned down by the Stinger. 2v3 now in favor of AAIV. Ryu takes out Rujin. And it's a 2v2. LaMickey with a shorty. 1v2 on the Spike. Hanju is low, and LaMickey is going to get 3 with that shorty.
Wow, I mean, that was almost some heroics from Toki. She was able to get the rifle out of the hands of AIV and use it to get another kill, but the rest of her team didn't have any guns to work with, so AIV are able to clean up, but it is going to cost them 3 members now, as EASU should now be able to get their full buy, as AIV doesn't have much of a bonus to work with. As now, it looks like we might see some type of a stack towards B tree right here.
Yeah, also, if you are AAIV, or rather EASU, you're pretty happy with that round.
Yeah.
You got so many weapons out of the hands of AAIV, and so now they are into a super broken buy. But also, if you're EASU, you cannot afford to lose this round.
Yeah, you really, really need to win this round right here, right now, and it looks like that's what they're going to try to do, but immediately LaMickey's going to be able to find one with the Outlaw. He's going to get stunned up. His primary is going to get jammed by the Steel Garden, giving EASU some space to work with, but that is a really good first pick. Oh my gosh.
Ryu not looking, almost found Rujin with his pants down, but Toki getting a pick on Luniverse. Very good pick by her, making it even at 4-4. And Toki finds another. She's on an absolute tear to start this map. EASU down 2-0, but it is not, it's still anyone's game super early as the Spike is down and LaMickey's just back. He's, this entire AAIV team is not really wanting to contest this, which is interesting.
They have the worst guns. They really want to get these guns out of EASU's hands, but I think it's just hard to take these angles with the guns they have. Ball handler is able to get Dr. Dre and immediately get LaMickey as well. Now making it 4v1. Ball handler has been absolutely cracked, but that was some heroics from Toki last round and this one as well. She's been taking it to AAIV, and now EASU are going to be able to find their momentum here. Should be a full buy for AAIV. That is an immediate op. LaMickey wants this done now.
And he was killing it on that Outlaw too. Yeah. So, getting the op in your hands, that's a bigger gun, right?
Yeah.
Gonna get those body shots, and he has been an absolute demon on the snipers so far. But look at Toki. Not who you expect to be the top frag for this team, but she is doing it all for EASU right now, practically willing her team to be in this match. The drone is not going to spot anyone out, and the breach utility is going to allow LaMickey to back up with that operator. Little backside hit. They do. The Astrostar is there when they are going to push, and they're not. EASU is going to pull.
Yeah,
off.
they might try to pinch them from drop here and try to get those people on site. Ryu's going to charge the fault line. Now they're going to execute right here, pushing onto site. Rubrism is going to be able to get Danny. He's not going to get blinded by the clone, and now Ryu's stuck in a rock in a hard place. Not going to be able to find him. Gooberism good for 2, good for 3, as now Hanshu is trying to get something back. Toki was able to get 1 down, but now it's a 4v2. EASU back against the wall right now. He's trying to spray through this box, but now he's getting spammed himself, suppressed. All the utilities going to be good for 1 though, because now it's getting a little even, but the Spike is just now going to go down. So now it's going to be a 3v2 retake.
Yeah, 3v2. It looked like it was going to be a much worse situation for EASU, but Hanshu gets the smoke spray on to the Brimstone there. And it's going to be much more even. Luniverse, very good player with this Reaver Vandal, going to peek out right and find Toki, but no! Toki gets the headshot first. Ryujin needs to get this pick, but Toki, an aggressive play. She gets free. She plays her life perfectly.
Oh! Dre is going to be good on Hanshu. It looked like Toki was going to be able to clean it up for them, but Dre finally is able to take that angle, trade them out, and Hanshu can't do anything about it. He's not looking there. AIV are going to be able to win this round 3. Bring it 3-1, and they're going to be able to keep that operator with them.
Yeah, taking a slight lead early in this game is AAIV. They have the both economies are actually incredibly even. Obviously, EASU does have a slight disadvantage because they've lost more rounds, but because of the heroics of Toki getting so many picks, all of these rounds they're not 5-0s, right? It's being that 1-0 or that 2-0. So the guns are falling, and it's making those economies much worse for both teams.
Yeah, and now we're going to see something really aggressive here towards A main. And something important to notice is Honshu does have the Armageddon available. So if they are able to get AAIV in a spot where they are all grouped up, they would really like those odds. As Mickey's going to get a little dangerous. He's going to peak 5 members. And now all of AAIV are going to back up, possibly give them the site, maybe try to hold better angle with that operator. The Armageddon is going to get used on nothing. So AAIV, they're going to call it right. They recognize that that ult will be available. So now the site is good for EASU.
Very smart decision by AAIV to pull off, waste that Taeho ultimate, and they're just going to play for retake. The aftershock, but the aftershock by Ryu is taking out Gooberism. A point towards the attackers there. The op has not paid off yet. They've bought it immediately a lot, but it hasn't found anyone. Honshu finds Luniverse winning the Taeo 1v1 there. Lamicki needs to make something out of this op to make that purchase worth it. Danny looking for someone on this Yoru. Can't find through the smoke. There's not going to be anyone in his crosshair. As Ballhand gets one with the stinger. Another pick for Danny as well.
He's going to go hunting.
Lamicki is just going to sprint away and keep that op.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this before. Lamicki will get an op in his hands, and he won't be able to do too much with it, and then you're kind of forced to save it. So the op is always a blessing and a curse. It can pay dividends if you are able to read it right, hold an angle, and get the enemy team to push into you. But for a retake, it can be a little bit scary, especially when things like the World Divided is dropping, all the brim smokes. There's not really a clear line of sight to utilize the op to its fullest potential. So EASU now going to be able to bring this 3-2. They're going to be able to have a good econ here. Just a stinger and full shield for ball handler, but he's not going to feel too bad about that as he was spraying and praying away in the previous round.
Yeah, kind of interesting there by ball handler too, because he has teammates who can buy him. He is choosing to use that stinger, which is awesome. He was so great last round, and we've got interesting predicament here for AAIV. Their buy is very odd because they still have that op in hand, and then they're mostly pistols. So you're slated to lose this round and lose the op, so you have to be very careful if you're AAIV. As a B hit is coming, and Honshu finds the wall bang on Dre. Danny just pushes straight through, finds the blind as well, and Ryujin is going to go down. Another pick for Danny. 2 perfect picks on the entry, and EASU has just walked onto this site, and the plant's going to go down for ball.
And once again, what do you do with that op? The site is taken. Gooberism is fighting through spawn with a pistol, and now Lamicki can really do nothing but just kind of pray. He gets the shot because while full blind, they are going to get a little greedy trying to get that away from him. But now, I mean, we've seen this before. Sure, you defend the op, you hold on to it for another round, but that's another round gone. Not too scary now. It's going to be 3-3. Your team's going to be able to have a full buy here. But now they're going to go hunting. Toki might find herself in the sights of this op. She has her E to work with. She could go for a blind. It's a little scary.
Yeah, trying to hunt down this operator, but he has a really good sideline. He's going to find yet another. Doesn't know that the Yoru's right underneath him, though. And he still loses the operator. Disaster for AAIV. That's exactly what you don't want to happen there, because you're playing that round. As you notice, Lamicki didn't push onto that post plant at all. He wanted to keep that operator, and then he still loses it in the end.
Yeah, when you really think about it, the operator didn't really get any value. Sure, it got some kills as the EASU members tried to chase the operator out, but they weren't really able to get what they wanted with it. And now, I mean, just look at Toki. Look at this full buy from EASU with Toki on top, absolutely guiding her team through this map.
Yeah, also, with that operator, you know, you basically throw one round because you don't want that op to get picked off, and now your economy is shattered. And here comes
Look at the stack and spawn.
With the knives. Stack still and spawn because they know Lamicki is going to be aggressive here. Needs to find that headshot, but he doesn't. It's just a shorty. He gets full blind. Mateo. That is all she wrote for Lamicki. But Ryu, or we did get a pick by Gooberism there, which is going to even it up 4-4. Gun still in the favor of EASU. Stun comes in on Ryu, and it's going to be a skirmish here on B. Both teams know exactly what's going on as Ball Handler finds a pick on Dre. EASU really strong with the gunfight so far. Ryujin with a Vandal needs to be a big player here. Luniverse going to throw out the drone and try to find Honshu.
Ooh,
Going to be
Ryujin.
able to, but doesn't get
He's not able to get the silence there. Yeah, now Honshu
missiles
has the
away.
missiles to work with. Keep playing time, but he is blinded. He's going to be able to peek back through that wall. Ryujin's going to get aggressive, but he's going to be able to find him. Hunting for blood here is the Cypher. Now Ball Handler is going to be forced to walk back a little bit, but now look over here at Tower. We have Ryu, we have Toki. They're going to gun him down. The Orbital Strike is good. It's going to stop them from getting that plant. They did get it to half, though. It's now going to be a 2v2. Luniverse is good, but Toki, where have we seen this before? She can do it, but the Armageddon is available. Not going to be able to do it when that gun is at half, when the Armageddon's available. Tejo bombs everywhere. Just get your gun out and save.
I don't know if Toki knew it was halved.
I don't think she did.
She ran away early because had it not been halved, she would have won that round.
Yeah, the orbital strike right there, I think they thought that it completely stopped them from getting half.
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure what happened there was, I think Luniverse just stuck it, tanked some damage, only got hit by like 3 ticks of it, took half their health, but got it to half and ran off.
Go kill them.
So really, really good for AAIV. EASU not feeling too bad about that. You would like to win that round, but now they're going to go for a little switcheroo here, as there's going to be some really big aggression towards the top side of this map. Nope, they're just,
Sometimes you want to play on the swings, right?
Yeah.
And Valorant is a game. And we need to remember that sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need to remember we're playing a game for fun.
Yeah, you gotta have fun.
And sometimes what's fun is playing on the ropes.
Also interesting, I'm pretty sure you can hear the ropes if you are in mid, so maybe they're possibly trying to bait some type
diversion.
Diversion there, as now it looks like we're going to have a slow push up onto A main. Danny is ready to swing on the Goobers and the Mickey. The Rolling Thunder is going to be good, but they are going to be hitting the smoke. The Rolling Thunder is going to be returned. Everyone is stunned. No one can see, but now the site is going to be taken for EASU. The plant's going to go down, as it is a full 5v5. Mickey with an op in his hands is not going to be able to find Ball Handler, just hopping through.
Misses Ball Handler, but Danny with a huge headshot on Gooberism before Gooberism could even think out of that door. His head was gone. Big retake here for AAIV.
Oh, the Armageddon's going to force everyone off.
Toki with another headshot. Armageddon takes out Ball Handler, and Luniverse finds another. Luniverse finds a third. And Ryujin cleans up Ryu for a really clean retake by AAIV.
That was absolutely beautiful for AAIV. I mean, they were able to get everything they needed there. The Armageddon layered with the tail bombs. Luniverse came in clutch with the util, forcing all of EASU basically into, there was nowhere safe to go. There was someone behind them. You couldn't run out of the smokes because there's an op facing you down. You have to just go in this little cubby where you're just going to get blown up. So absolutely massive use of that ultimate, a ton of value. Is now AAIV starting to find their stride, now getting a small lead, taking it 5-3.
And the Yoru ultimate is going to be used for entry likely here. Oh, and we're going to get a timeout actually from Sir Bones-a-Lot, who is...
that is AAIV's coach, I believe.
AAIV's coach. Well, so interesting if you're AAIV here too, because you kind of love the position you're in right now too.
Yeah.
Because Fracture is super attacker-sided.
It is.
And so, obviously, people say that all the time. If they're losing on defense, guys, it's an attacker map. If they're losing on offense, guys, it's a defender map. But Fracture is legitimately an attacking-sided map.
Yes.
So as a AIV, if you're up, like if you can get like a 7-5, maybe even an 8-4 to go into halftime, you feel really good.
Yeah, and probably what they're talking about right now is last time we saw AAIV come out with a massive lead 10-0, and then they ended up throwing it away and barely scraping by to win the map. They're probably talking about, hey, let's calm down. Maybe the coach noticed some things, saying let's lock in. Let's make sure we don't give anything away. It's an extremely close map. It is game 3. We have to make sure we win this. If we are able to take this all the way and get ourselves a massive advantage before we go to attacker side, we can end this round before EASU can really find their stride.
And also the ultimate coaching knowledge, don't throw. Don't throw. Just don't throw.
Now the Dimensional Drift is going to get popped, as we're going to swing on to B. They're going to spot out the Mickey, drop the fault line onto him, and the Steel Garden, so that op is not going to be in play for this. And now they're going to spot Luniverse. Is Danny going to fancy a swing on this? No, just going to push him out and take the entire site for his team, as Luniverse is going to get blinded. A little bit of a trade. His ball handler is going to find Lamicki. That's the op out of play now.
That's big. And EASU is just gunning down this AAIV team. It is Dre all alone on 4 health. But he found the op.
He threw everything on the line to get this op. Why did I think he was going to take fall damage? That would be so funny.
That would have been
hilarious. But he's able to get the op. And now he's just going to try to hide. Maybe EASU, they're going to try to hunt for this, possibly. But right now,
this might be a controversial take. I think AAIV needs to abandon the op.
I would abandon the op as well.
It's not even because it's being a really bad gun, because obviously it's giving you a lot of
Danny.
No. It's not because it's giving you this disadvantage on gunplay. Obviously, it's not. You're essentially locking down entire corridors when you have it. But they're playing so heavily for the op that's affecting the rest of their gameplay.
I think the thing is, EASU is playing around this op so well. They are aware of it. They pop the dimensional drift. They immediately fault lined onto Mickey, stunned out, and then they pop the steel garden. Every single time they clear out the angle. If they know there's an op there, it's smoked off. The last time they did win a round with the op in Lamicki's hands wasn't necessarily because of Lamicki. It was because of some heroics from Luniverse with that Teo util. So honestly, I really don't want AIV to get stuck in this rut where they keep saying, it's okay, it's an even map, you know, we can save the op and keep on doing that again and again. But now we're gonna see EASU pushing onto the side of the map opposite of this op once again. Now we gotta see if this Cypher's gonna be ready for it.
Yeah, the op just not find the right place as Luniverse has an opportunity to get picks, but Ryu with the gorgeous swing is going to take him out quick. Spike is going to go down. Stinger Peak is going to get gunned down again by Ryu. And the stuns are going to come in, but it's not going to matter. Spike goes down. Aftershock looking for something. It's not going to find anything as Lamicki is just holding tight angles with this op. And AIV once again on the wrong side of a retake, 5-3 in favor of EASU. Gooberism just daring someone to peek out of that tower, but it's not going to be. EASU is playing very, very smart here and just playing back. They know that AAIV is at disadvantage here. Gooberism finds the Phantom, and he's going to lose his life for that greed. Ball handler gets the headshot, and both teams are just running away from the spike once again.
And I mean, once again, look at how far back Lamicki was playing with that operator. I know you want to save it, and I know it's such a good, strong, powerful weapon, but if EASU is able to just negate it like this, at what point do you just say, no, we've got to abandon it, maybe get a little bit more aggressive, and just abandon this whole entire game plan here?
Yeah, that's my thought as well. Something to keep in mind also is Lamicki in the first 2 rounds was 4-2.
Yeah.
Since he's 2-4.
Yeah.
And so it's like when, you know, no disrespect to anyone, but that is not what you want your opper to be doing.
We might be cursing EASU just a little bit because now look at where this op is posted up and look at where some members of EASU are about to walk into. So maybe, just maybe, Lamicki can find a pick, but no, once again, they're going to scout it out. They're going to throw out the clone, hear the op shot, and back off. And now they have all the info they needed. Now they're going to start moving on. We're going to see 2 moving towards drop, where the Cypher is posted up a little bit far up. Are they going to find Ryujin? They are not going to be able to get Danny.
And Danny's just going to continue his tear, sprinting straight off to site. Gonna have a 1v1 with this Luniverse here.
That is a Spectre.
Luniverse finds the running gun with the Spectre. Very good play by him, having to run away from his molly, get off of the drone there. We've got 4v4 now. Spike is down, so it's retake here for AAIV. Gun advantage is in EASU's hands. There's a tasty-looking Vandal on the floor. Toki holding this close angle as she's been doing so well so far, and no one spotted her out. She could have a big play. Trigger discipline. Gets 2! Has the chance to get 3 as well. Toki can continue being the hero for EASU, but she gets death from above. 2v2 now. Drops his gun, is Dre, and picks up the op. What are we doing? But no, it doesn't matter. He finds the pick. Spike, they're not going to have time to get the spike down.
Oh, that's a
Teo
nightmare.
ultimate comes out, and EASU's going to get another pick, and
they lose the op! Yikes! Oh, that's massive for EASU. It looked like they were going to be able to get away with murder their AAIV, possibly win the round, and keep their operator after some massive heroics from Toki. But then, once again, Teo is such a fun champion.
Teo is fun and balanced.
Teo is fun and balanced indeed, and I love clicking the silly Armageddon button. It is so good on this map especially.
I love mitigating KJ's existence.
They did nerf that actually, so you can't break all of her Yuto necessarily with Teo's signature, but we're not really ever going to be able to see that interactions. This is the last map, do or die, 5-6.
And Toki continues to be the unexpected hero for EASU here. EASU's going to rotate off after getting that orb. They're one away from the Vice ult. That's such a... Oh my goodness! AAIV has just walked off A after hearing that little bit of information. And EASU, if they so decide, can literally just do a little jig onto site and get the spike down for free.
Yeah.
But they're not going to.
Yeah, they don't have the information just yet, so now all of AAIV should have the information of where EASU is. They know that they're going to be towards A main. Dre is lurking towards B tree though.
Everyone currently doing a little Irish jig in their spawn right now, waiting for someone to make a move, and everyone absolutely refuses to click the W key.
Oh.
It is 45 seconds left.
They're going to start running to B as soon as Dre teleports off. That is the Yoru experience, baby. You love to see it. Now EASU's going to be able to get a free from the site, but the Armageddon's going to get popped. Everyone's lined up, and everyone has to scramble. The spike did manage to get planted, though. Now the World Divider is going to fall. Luniverse is going to be able to take down Honshu, as now it's going to be a 5v4 in favor of AAIV.
And Luniverse was not able to get out of that ultimate before his ultimate got
Oh,
jammed.
Danny!
And Danny gets taken out by Gooberism. He had his knife out looking for a creep play, and he's not going to find it. AAIV, they got to start tapping that spike. They've got time. They've got the manpower. You might as well. Ball handler finds a random shot through the smoke. And the defuse is not going to be tapped. There are 3 EASU members.
Oh my gosh, Toki!
Toki finds 2 more! And
Whoa. Let's calm down. Let's calm down here, Toki. Yep. Time. That's all you need. He's gonna stare him down as he falls to the bomb. You don't need to hit your shots because all that matters is that the big bomb goes boom. And Toki, once again, 16-8 on this map. This is her map.
You know, we have Toki written down as the lurker. What Toki actually is Toki Lakers Nick Young. Ice in her veins.
Yeah, I mean, this has been an absolute masterclass from her, showing how it's done. And now AAIV are on the back foot here. EASU, this is exactly what they didn't want. They didn't want EASU to start going on this tear. Now AAIV are going to have to make something work here.
Yeah, they've been more comfortable on offense in the past, so we could see this very nice play from AAIV. It's far from over, very even. Sort of what you expect out of a Fracture map is a 7-5, and it's going to be carnage coming up here on this B site. And Danny takes out Luniverse, and Toki takes out Ryujin. Another one for Toki as the rich get richer, and A site is going to be open here for AAIV if they want to take it, and Lamicki is going to get site cleared, but the wall out of the Vice is going to stop the rest of AAIV from getting on site, and it's going to be a 3-man flank. It's going to be a huge pinch here for EASU. Spike is going to go down, but this retake is looking like it is in EASU's favor. They just need to play right and get their shots right, and here is the utility is just going to get dumped onto this area. Shots need to fall. Dre gets to it, and Lamicki gets another. Ball handler finally takes on Lamicki, but it's a 2v3 now. The favor is gone. Gooberism gets 3.
Gooberism.
And AAIV is going to snatch a victory from the jaws of defeat.
Yeah, and that's a really important pistol to win because now they have the opportunity to tie this up 7-7 with a superior buy. Gooberism buys a Vandal off rip.
And you know what? Why not?
Why not, dog? That's 2 Vandals off rip, by the way. 3 rifles. Go for 3. Go for 3.
Go for 3.
Go for 3. Why not? But
Do you think they're going to buy the op?
Dog. Dog. I mean, with the Outlaw, with the 0 shields on EASU, I mean, it might as well consider that Outlaw an operator at this point.
Yeah, it's basically an operator, and we've seen it in the past be used as basically an operator by Lamicki. 6-7 now. It is heating up, ladies and gentlemen. Just to remind you, for anyone joining us right now, this is Game 3 of the Grand Finals. It has been a 2-day tournament hosted by EASU, and it is EASU versus AAIV. EASU slated currently up to win their own tournament right now. Lamicki not going to find anyone on that B site as they are starting to creep back towards A. But AAIV or EASU is playing very disciplined right now. Also, we mentioned earlier, you can't actually hear them on the slides. All you can hear is when they get off.
Oh.
So you can be loud as you slide, but you need to hold shift for the last quarter second of it.
That's
a little
interesting,
fun
actually.
fact for anyone who's playing competitive Fracture.
All right, but now that is very interesting. As we're going to see Cooperism find Honshu, that's going to be a big pick as now they're going to explode on the site. It's just
still
Toki,
there.
But we've seen her pull heroics before, but Lamicki is going to shut her down. That's absolutely massive. AIV with the superior gun advantage are going to be able to take the site, possibly get the
30
plant.
seconds left.
As now all three members, Lamicki's going to challenge them right there, bringing it to a 4v2.
Dre with a bold take going straight into the smoke and gets gunned down by two different EASU members on the retake here. Cooperism with the Vandal finds another. Just too strong.
You don't want to peek that Vandal, young fella. And now AIV is going to be feeling really good on this bonus because they already have a Vandal in hand now. So now EASU's full buy is going to be a little scary, but AIV, they're going to be able to weather this storm pretty well, I'd say. And now Cooperism is also 1 point off of the Rolling Thunder already. So if maybe we could see a little bit of aggression for an ult orb, maybe.
Yeah, you get an orb, and you basically get free entry, right? That Rolling Thunder is big enough that it essentially clears an entire site. You can just go search and destroy like it's OG Call of Duty days, as EASU is doing their sort of normal split, and AIV is posturing heavily towards a B push. Lamicki is just walking straight onto this site. He is yet to be contested, and quite frankly, he's not going to be. He has the room. The Vice utility is down there, so he will get alerted. Teo utility is going to go out, and it's going to tell him. He jumps over the Vice utility, and Vice is going to get called out. Spike this.
Oh, Ryujin!
Ryujin finds Toki and Honshu. Outstanding entry by Ryujin and Lamicki, as Gooberism is going to trade out Ball Handler, who gets a nice pick on Universe. Ryu, 1 of 2. Ryu and Danny trying to get this retake in this 2v4 situation. Spike is planted. EASU really wants this. This is their bonus round, so they really need to win this, or at least get guns out. Danny with a really nice angle there if we are to peek out of arcade there, but they're not going to, and it looks like EASU is just going to back off and keep their weapons.
Yeah, and something really important to notice, AIV, Lamicki has not gone for that op here offensively, and it has shown dividends. He's able to just dash onto site freely, get these entry frags, make magic happen, as now AIV are starting to slowly come back. This is looking like a back and forth game. Now EASU is the one who has to deal with this aggression and come back from the back foot again.
Yeah, another really well-executed round by AAIV, taking full advantage of what we called out earlier, this attacker-sided map. Gooberism is doing well for his team right now, and Toki, the top frag of EASU, once again an unexpected hero. Proving that, you know, basically rank doesn't matter in these games, right?
Yeah.
It is all about team play. It is all about playing your angles and playing right, and that can make anyone win. And also, look at that karambit. That is what Albert Fong just won.
Yeah. Actually, he just
not
won,
exactly
he just
that
won the
one,
butterfly knife, which a really pretty butterfly knife.
Also very pretty.
But now we're going to see some aggression over here as the Spike is going to sit back in tree. See a little bit of aggression as Dre is going to... Actually, no, Danny's going to get a little aggressive here in a main.
Holding a harsh angle with this Vandal, but no one is going to walk into his sight lines. And Lamicki, once again, just kind of going to walk onto this B site. No one's holding it.
You're about to walk into Toki as he is going to find some shots in the ball handler. Toki knows that he's there.
They're going to split on either side of B as the ultimate utility comes out against Toki. Lamicki's going to walk on. Oh, Toki finds what looked like a phantom headshot, but wasn't able to get the full pick on Lamicki, who just bounded onto that site. As Danny and Ryu have something to say about this, actually, and they are starting to kill you off. The Spike
and
is
now look
still
at the
not
Spike.
down.
It's moving towards A actually right now. They're sprinting that thing over there as Ryujin's also going to be able to get a pick. So now they might go for a full reset. Gooberism's also going to find Danny. So now it looked like a nightmare for AIV. They're now going to be, with the advantage, they're going to have the plant, and now it's going to be a race to site to support their teammates. Ryu is going to be there.
That was awesome.
That was really, really
Spike
good.
is down, and AAIV got so many exit frags as well. So what went from like a 5v3 is now a 2v3 in favor of AAIV. Of course, their health is low, but Ryu's just going to bound onto the site, and he gets caught in the cyber tripwire. And there's Ryujin taking him down with the Bulldog. 1v3 now. Hanshu is all alone for EASU, and he's backing off. Ray finds the headshot, and that's going to be another round for AAIV, who is 4-0 to start this attacker side.
That was some really beautiful back row right there from AAIV. The site hit was not good, so they just hightailed it to the other site. And with that, they were able to get some exit frags as EASU was left scrambling, realizing, hey, the bomb's not here. So now AAIV are starting to take away this game. 9-7, still extremely close, as it has been this entire map. But that was some really good play from AAIV, and I'm really interested to see if they're going to continue ramping this up, pulling EASU across the map, slowly pulling them apart and getting these picks.
Yeah, split A push here coming from AAIV, as you know, most of them favoring that dune sand area. And they're just going to be able to walk right up. Not a lot of contention here. Long angle being held by the Brimstone from EASU, and Teho is underneath the trust there, and also not going to be able to pick anyone off. Gooberism is looking like it's going to be a fast entry as soon as this utility comes out. Teho is going to spot out the Astra as well. Lamicki burns onto site, finds the headshot onto Hanshu as well, and the spike is likely quick to follow as a great take there.
The ball handler is going to be able to stall this out with the orbital strike. He's going to tag up Gooberism now, and now he's going to also be able to use the molly. So the spike has yet to go down. Actually, EASU is able to stall this out pretty well. So now it is still going to be a 5v4 retake once the spike does go down, but...
And both teams looking for a door battle there, but neither is going to take the bait, as I believe Danny is on that door trying to find something. Ryu swinging out wide, but he's not going to find anyone. AAIV playing very disciplined right now. And Ryu looking for Dre. Lamicki with the wall bang as well. And Lunaverse gets taken out by Danny, but Lamicki has 3 now. Ryujin picks up a 4th, and that's going to be Lamicki's ace kill taken by Ryujin, but an outstanding round by the entry.
That was absolutely ridiculous from Danny. He was taking that 1v1 against Dre, but then immediately when he realized he was just kind of getting baited and pulled apart, he immediately swung back and said, no, I'm going to take this kill instead. And that was absolutely massive. And now AAIV are in the lead 10-7. All they need is 3 more rounds. We've seen this before where they've been stuck at 10 before, but last map they were able to close it out. So now this timeout is going to be called. They're going to have to try to get things together, talk them through it. EASU really needs to get things together here.
You know, there's a big debate in sports of whether or not momentum is a thing.
Oh, it's a thing.
But I am of the opinion it is absolutely a thing. What we saw in last map was we saw EASU begin garnering the advantage after they got AAIV off their feet. They got them on their heels, right? And now we are seeing the reverse. EASU with a little bit of a run to get the lead at halftime, but here comes AAIV storming back. 10-7 now. They've won 5 in a row. Every single thing is turning up AAIV so far. They just need to finish here and be crowned the EGN champions.
Yeah, I mean, right now, this is looking kind of scary. I mean, they're on a broken bye, so this very possibly could go to 11-7, which isn't where you really want to go. So right now, Lamicki also has the ult available. Maybe EASU will try to play for some ult orb, get Toki the Steel Garden to work with maybe for next round. But AAIV, they're going to go for this stack over here towards the top side of B.
Yeah, EASU in slightly dire circumstances here. They do not have the guns. They do not have the utility either, really. Just that Yoru, which is significantly yet less useful on defense. I would not be surprised if they try to play big retake here and use that Yoru towards to their advantage. Both teams playing slow right now. Ryu armoring up that breach utility. Oh no, but look now. Both teams are pushing hard onto this B site as the utility is out, and Lunaverse is going to walk onto site. Toki gets taken up by Lamicki, and Lamicki gets another. Lamicki looking for a third, but Danny's going to take him out. Gooberism trades him out, and Lunaverse finds another. Hanshu all alone with the Ghost and a 4v1 as Gooberism plants the spike. It's going to get spotted out by that Tejo drone, and it's going to be search and destroy for Dre as a flawless round there, almost flawless round there for AAIV as they move to 11-7.
Yeah, so now this is where it's going to be really scary. This is where the full buy comes into play. If they lose this round, AAIV could very well just end the map right here. So EASU needs to be really smart with this. They need to play to their advantages. Toki does have the Steel Garden. Danny does have the Dimensional Drift. So there are things to work with, but also Dre has the world divided, and Lamiki still has those knives to work with. So this is going to be really explosive, and this is either going to be a very slow default where we see a late hit, or a bloodbath here in A.
Yeah, and it's going to be a quick ult here by Danny with the breach follow close behind. Dre getting popped by Danny. And Danny is just searching. He gets Lamiki as well. 2 for Danny now, 3 for Danny now, as EASU decided, let's play aggressive. We've got nothing else to lose, and it's Ryujin all alone on this site.
Time to jump.
Yeah, on the opposite side of the map too. Usually where he likes to start, he's usually gotten a lot of lurk kills here, but now it's just him against the world. He's able to find one. Now they have information. He's going to use the Neuro Theft. He's going to commit it. Now it's a 1v1. He knows where he is. He's not going to find the shot, as Danny is going to clutch up for his team. Extremely needed, bringing it 11-8 with only 5 health to spare.
5 health and a dream. Danny finds not 1 but 2 but 3 but 4 picks on that map, including the round-winning 1v1 with only 5 health left. EASU is finding life when they desperately need it.
Yeah, and that was a very necessary round for EASU. You still got to give it to Ryujin there. He popped the Neuro Theft, and he almost clutched it up for his team, and that would have been absolute heartbreak for EASU because that could have been the game changer. But now we're going to see an aggressive buy here, it looks like.
Well, it was still great because if you notice, EASU does not have guns right now. Toki is rocking a Stinger. We have a Bulldog as well, I believe. So the gun advantage is in an AAIV's
Russian topside.
What the hell is happening?
Yeah. Are we playing split right now,
Yeah,
dog?
excuse me, but we have all of EASU bum rushing into Sands, and they're not going to find anyone. And AIV, look, they can just walk on. They're scared by the Danny teleport noise, but they can actually just walk on to this B site. They can do a jolly little leprechaun jig. They can do anything and get that plant down. Dre sees Danny, gets a few shots off, but the spike is heading back towards A. That's not what you want if you're AAIV.
Yeah, they just didn't know that 3 were in dish. I don't think, it was just ships passing the night. No one really saw anyone there. So now everyone's going to get slowly pulled apart, but if someone wants to get aggressive on these ropes, they could, but the World Divide is going to be used and perfectly cut off EASU, actually. So now they're going to have to stick their nose out a little bit out of dish if they want to see something here.
Also, that Vice Wall cut them off.
This angle for Danny, he's going to be
Danny gets only one. Traded out by Gooberism. Gooberism going to pick out Ball Handler with a big pick on Ryujin. It's going to be 4-3. World Divide is still up,
but look at this.
Astra's on the flank here.
He's running the spike straight to B. Where have we seen this before? Take it to the opposite side. Possibly Lamiki might be able to get some exit frags here. This is going to be very, very necessary. But now EASU, they're starting to become aware of this. They're starting to run back. But look at that mid. Who's sneaking up there? Is Toki going to be able to check this angle?
She's not going to see it. Not going to. Dre with a big pick on the top frag for EASU. Spike goes down, and another genius
Armageddon
play.
Isn't used on anything, unfortunately, as well.
Pulled in, and all 3 members of EASU is going to take that tower. Utilities coming out, but it's not finding anyone.
Thunder is going to find 2.
Thunder. The blind comes out at perfect time, and Dre finds the pick on Ball Handler. 3-2 now. Desperation time for EASU as another headshot by Dre. And another Dre with the 4K for AAIV, as AAIV is 1 round away from being crowned grand champions.
This is match point, and look at the buy for EASU. It is an absolute nightmare right now. AAIV, they might be able to close this out. That's absolute heartbreak for EASU. It looked good. They had the man advantage, but once again, AAIV were aware and they saw what was happening. They said, no, we're going to commit to the opposite site. You guys will still have to come to us. They got an exit frag while EASU was scrambling. So now AAIV, they're going to be able to have a really strong hit onto A, and EASU is going to have to make magic work, and they are not going to guess right, overloading the map on the wrong side.
Yeah, aggressive angle being taken here by Danny, and I'm not going to lie, as much as I am excited for this AAIV team, I would give my soul to see a Danny masterclass in this round with the Stinger. I mean, it would be absolutely electric. but AAIV currently, they have the steering wheel as Danny's going to pop the ult
here.
He's going to find 2 members of this AAIV team, and he's going to pop out of it. Teleports back into safety on that A site, which is what most of AAIV is posturing onto. They've got some nice cross angles, holding their corners very well so far is EASU. They do not want to get too aggressive. A life means a lot here, especially when you do not have the guns.
There's the fault line.
Fault line comes out, going to stun Danny. Danny's going to get stuck in his area, but no one's going to push out.
The Taylor util stopped them all, so now EASU's going to be able to stall just a little bit, as now U2's getting flung everywhere, and it's an absolute mad. Oh, Danny's going to be found.
Danny gets gunned down by about the entire AAIV team, and it is all in the hands of AAIV now. Spike is down, 5 men on the site. Stingers in hands of EASU. Toki searching and trying to kill Dre with the shorty.
The shorty's out. He's gonna 3 guys and Toki's gonna spray him down.
Toki gets the spray.
Ballhandler
finds one too.
It's a 3v3. There's rifles in hands, but is Toki gonna be able to swing this?
Stun comes out. Oh, doesn't find it on Luniverse. 3v3 now. Ball handler very low. Stinger in hand. What the?
No, the bomb is ticking. Everyone's feeling the pressure. The Stinger's not going to find the shots. What is happening? Lamicki's going to be able to find 2. As now it's a 3v1. The Armageddon's going to get dropped. And now the Ghost immediately gets tapped. And now AAIV are immediately going to win. But what? That was...
Okay.
Someone was
I'm
flying.
not sure what we're going to do here.
I swear someone was...
But I think someone was flying.
Someone was flying there. Yeah, Ghost got set to on, and it looked like I thought we were like lagging for a second until their feet literally just left the ground.
That is about as chaotic as a final round can get. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Clearly what happened was not intentional.
Yeah.
Because AAIV had that round in the back. Let's be real.
And also, that wasn't a member of AAIV who was flying, was it?
It was.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It was the breach from AAIV. If I were, my guess is what's going to happen here. As weird and anticlimactic as this is, I reckon we are going to go chat with both teams and say, hey, what are we going to do here?
Hey everybody, welcome back. It was, after a little confusion, what happened was Gruberism accidentally, as the round was ending, went into ghost mode and got 2 kills, which heavily impacted the round. So what happened is we did everything we could to try to get it back to as close to the round as possible to recreate it so we can get a very fair round. Because unfortunately, the last round was unfair, as not only did Gruberism go into Ghost, but he also was able to get 2 kills with that. So now it looks like we are going to see the round start. Will AAIV be able to close this out? It looks like they're going for now a B hit here.
And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, just like at the end of Gravity Falls, we're going to go by the law of never mind all that. And we're just going to sit and for this exciting final round as AAIV rushing onto site early. Ryu covered his pants down, but there he's not spotted out. Gets the pick on Ryu.
Oh my God!
And finds out Gooberism as well. Luniverse takes out Hanju, but EASU has the lead, much differentiating from that round we saw before. AAIV looking for the spike now. They do not have it. 2 men in tower.
The dimensional drift is popped.
Danny's gonna find him out, but Lamicki takes out Ryu. 3v3 now. Lamicki takes a little damage despite being on Jet. Interesting decision. Ball handler finds the pick onto another, so AAIV in a 2v3 now. Tejo with the ultimate and time. Lamicki shoots the Yoru clone but does not get blinded. And it's going to be a rotate out. Back into arcade. The smokes are going to cut off the sightline.
26 seconds
Maybe
left,
a
though.
fake?
No, I don't think this is a fake, but also this could be very low on time. They are going to run all the way. We've seen this before. AAIV are going to rotate, and EASU, they're going to stay there. And will they be able to get the plant? I think they will. I don't think so. 8, 7, 6. They got to plant this now. Now the plant is going to go down. So now it's going to be a 2v3. And remember, the Armageddon is in play for Luniverse. So if they can get off site, have to get a pick, and that's exactly what they needed. Now it's a 2v2. Lamicki is not going to give him the ice 1v1. It is going to happen. Danny might be able to get it, and he might be able to catch Luniverse alone here.
Oh, but he blinds himself. 2v1 now. Just need to cross peek this together in the corner.
And it happens!
Gets the pick.
EASU!
EASU pulls it out, and we are going into 9-12 now. Once again, never mind all that. All that matters right now is it is 9-12. EASU has an opportunity to come back and win it all. AIV just needs to hold on. They only need one out of these next 4 rounds. What's going to happen? What a grand finals.
EASU needs to win 4 in a row. AIV just needs to win 1. Remember, Luniverse did not get the opportunity to use that Armageddon ult. Do not look at the scores. Remember, do not mind all that. We did a lot of things to get things back to where they were previously. This is even as it was now, and EASU is able to come out on top with the lesser buy. So now AIV have to cross their T's and dot their I's. They want to close this out cleanly. They do not want to let what happened last time be unfortunate. But now EASU going to get aggressive, blinding 3. Toki going to find a nice blind, and now they're going to scan all 3 in B tree. So AIV has been spotted out as EASU has all the information that they need.
Yeah, just perusing towards this B site right now as Honshu has a very tight angle on it. Not going to be able to find the head of Lamicki, who is just trying to find some sprays. No information really here for either team as it is Toki and Danny on that A site.
He is lurking up in the tower, and he's been unanswered so far, and he might be able to get another nice flank here as all of the utility. He's going to swing out. He's going to get Honshu.
It's Honshu, and the picks are going to start falling. AIV is fully running onto that B site, and the Tail ultimate comes out as well. That's going to cut EASU off from stopping this plant. Gooberism going to set that spike down right there, and the spike is planted. 5v4 here for EASU. Toki with this
getting
Phantom.
aggressive here.
Very aggressive.
Oh,
Doesn't
gonna get
see
fouled by
Lamicki
Lamicki.
on the rope. Lamicki finds the headshot. 3v4
Danny
now.
through the wall.
But Danny finds a pick on Gooberism. That's big. That's one of the top frags for AAIV there. Danny needs to come up so clutch right now.
Blind 2 right here.
Oh,
Lamicki! Right! And Luniverse is going to get it. That is going to be AIV closing things out. It looks scary. EASU got a round back, but AIV are going to come out on top, and they are going to win. After that devastating first map, they're going to say, no, we're going to go to map 3, and we're going to win the entire series.
Despite the drama, despite the challenges, despite everything, AAIV comes out on top. Got absolutely routed map 1. Almost gave up a huge lead on map 2 and said, no, it's time. We lock in. AAIV, Asian American InterVarsity is your grand champion.